then turn right. Turn right.
That's lovely.
Speed trap reported ahead.
Not your light, genius.
Turn left.
But pedestrians who take the right of way. Mother of the year, ladies and gentlemen. You see heavy traffic, you see the light's not yours. But no, let's venture into the intersection anyway. Because we're a bunch of fucking lemons.
Speed trap reported ahead.
Nice blinker, moron. Good job. Good job. You're real fucking great. Again, no blinker. I guess signaling your intention is just a fucking suggestion.
Turn left. And then turn left.
Thanks, DOT. Thanks. Really appreciate this. Really appreciate this. signal, idiot. Nice, see? Now I know I can go behind you. You're gonna be a shield. Signals, people. It's vital for communication.
In half a mile, keep left. Keep your nose clean.
Not your light, retard! Very late signal for driving a truck. Not exactly the smartest move. Not your light. Stupid pedestrian. Oh, but motorists are entitled. We're the most entitled bunch on the road.
In 0.1 miles, keep left. Keep your nose clean.
It's a nice car you got there.
Keep left. Half a mile, exit right, like you mean it. In a quarter of a mile, keep left, keep Keep your nose clean. In a quarter of a mile, keep left. Keep your eye out for clues. Keep left. Keep your eye out for clues.
Labor unions say today's lower turnout has done nothing to stem their determination to keep going until the reforms are dropped. The government has said that won't happen. Correspondent Elaine Kopp reporting from Paris. Well, the women's professional tennis tour will return to China later this year, ending the boycott it began a year and a half ago after former player Peng Shuai accused a high-ranking Chinese government official of sexual assault. WTA Chairman Steve Simon tells the Associated Press that the decision was made with input by players and tournament and despite China's refusal to fully investigate the alleged assault. The state says the WTA will continue to work to make a positive difference in China while making sure that the incident is not forgotten. There have been no reports of Peng Shuai's in public since the Beijing Olympics last year. Tour officials say they received assurances that she is safe. Well, there used to rain but not like we saw last night.
A storm system moving through the Gulf Coast stalling over southern Florida. Some areas getting up to 2 feet of rain in just 24 hours. A state of emergency at Fort Lauderdale, where the flooded airport was closed after a public schools. Roads underwater. James Gainey at Fort Lauderdale sheltering his car at a McDonald's parking lot with his 2 dogs after flooding inside of his home.
It was a dog storm that didn't shut at all. It was like someone turned the faucet on over Fort Lauderdale and just walked away.
The same storm system moving onshore now bringing a tornado threat to Florida's northern Gulf Coast. Dave Packer, ABC News.
Fortunately, there have been no reports of the storms in South Florida causing any injuries.
From 1 mile, exit right, like you mean it.
To register, go to lessfunding.org. The Justice Department says it will ask the Supreme Court to immediately intervene now that an appeals court has issued.
1 mile, exit right, like you mean it.
Outside a restaurant in the Soundview section of the Bronx. The Long Island nurse who was fired for allegedly body slamming an infant is now facing criminal charges. President Biden is spending his first
Exit right, like you mean it.
Irish Parliament. And Pete Davidson will be back on 30 Rock next month. I'll tell you about the details in 1010 Entertainment News. Taking a look at 1010 AccuWeather forecast. Very warm today, plenty of sun, high of 89 in the city, which will break the record of 88 degrees. Next news time, 121. As the time for our check-off traffic and transit on the ones. How we doing out there, Greg Rice?
Well, we are just slow enough to matter at the outbound Lincoln. The worst of this is off of the 11, where it's going to be at least 20 minutes. Much better off for
Look at
the
that.
outbound north 2 with the Lincoln tunnel
on
is
its
broken
blinker.
down van. So yeah,
So
that's
I
making
knew.
an absolute mess.
Let me hold
This
back.
especially on
Let him change it.
Yeah,
Because he communicated his intentions.
So far, so good at the outbound
ladies and
island. We'll
gentlemen,
see how
it's not
long
that
that lasts. George Washington Bridge, you got a right lane work, up or lower, inbound, outbound, and inbound. You're feeling the effect with a 30-minute ride on either level. There's nothing perfect getting out, but with the west side just starting to slow from the 160s, that's the best you're going to do. Queensbound, Whitestone, and Throgsneck still hampered with a right lane repair work. Westbound Belt, getting over to Lefferts Boulevard, you got to get past a crash. That's got the right lane out, and that's what's got you loaded up through Kennedy Airport from at least Guy R. Brewer Boulevard at this hour. To and from Staten Island, the bridges are in pretty good shape. Nassau County, Southern State eastbound repair work past the Bethpage. More westbound construction over to Route 106, and the eastbound side slows into Baldwin Road with construction. Sunrise Highway, either way, better play. I'm Greg Rice, our next report at 1:31. 1010 wins on 92.3 FM.
Come to McDonald's to quench your thirst for only $2 with a frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry, a frozen Coke, or a frozen Fanta Wild.
Those things are fucking addictive.
Federal appeals court has struck down the ruling that barred the use of the most commonly used abortion drug, but it also put restrictions in place, ruling that the drug cannot be dispensed by mail or used after 7 weeks of pregnancy. The Justice Department says that it will now ask the Supreme Court to immediately intervene.
The court struck down a Texas ruling that barred use of the drug, but at the same time it said the drug cannot be dispensed by mail. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre says this is not over. We believe it will prevail because we believe that the law's on our side. South Carolina Republican Senator Lindsey Graham says abortion opponents should temper their approach.
We could win this issue at the ballot box if we shoot or lose our positions.
Correspondent Linda Cameron reporting. Well, in the old days, it was your math teacher taking away your calculator at school, but these days, they're just
that
rearing
is
for
how
a
you ride
different
a
reason.
motorcycle.
Police say 18-year-old
In the
Kate
lane,
Hamlin is under
with
arrest
traffic,
after he and a group of others
not
broke
lane
into the high
splitting,
school for law
not
and
being
social
a dick.
justice on University Avenue in the Bronx and stole $28,000 worth of calculators.
That's how you do
But
it.
it's not the first time it's happened in recent weeks. Police say they're investigating at least 9 incidents since early February.
In 1 mile, exit right.
All over the Bronx. Anyone who knows anything about this is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-577-TIPS. Well, police are investigating after 4 people were shot late last night at a restaurant in the Soundview section in the Bronx.
Police here in the 43rd precinct trying to track down whoever is responsible for all this gunfire that injured 3 women and 1 man. They're all ranging in age from 48 to 44 and recovering in stable condition at Jacoby. It happened in front of Cafe Eastlot here on Westchester Avenue, 2:15 this morning. Field works nearby and is frustrated.
Yeah, sure. You're a taxpayer. I come home. I do the overnight. So, sometimes when I do overtime, I come home at 11 o'clock. I got to look in, front and back. You never know what's around. You know what I mean? I got to go to Bugsy End where I live at. And that's, you know what characters might show up. This person did this, could kind of strike again.
Cops in the 43rd precinct reviewing surveillance footage, including at a gas station, to try to track down this shooter. Glenn Sharp, 1010 wins, 92.3 FM in Soundview.
The Long Island nurse fired for allegedly body slamming an infant is now facing criminal charges. Authorities say Amanda Burke was caught on video in February lifting up the 2-day-old in the intensive care unit at Good Samaritan Hospital in West Islip, then flipping him over and slamming him face down in a bassinet. Burke turned herself in to Suffolk police yesterday on child endangerment charges and is due in court next month. Well, Mexico's immigration head will face criminal charges in last month's deadly fire in a migrant detention center. But Mexico's president says Francisco Garduño will not be fired. Garduño, an immigration hardliner, was tapped to take over the immigration job in June of 2019 as Mexico was under pressure from the Trump administration to decrease the flow of migrants. The move to keep him in the job despite the criminal charges is seen as part of the conundrum faced by the Mexican government, which is struggling with U.S. pressure to slow the flow of migrants, while the international community is calling on it to treat migrants humanely. Wins News Time, 1:26. Time for Bloomberg Money Watch now on 1010 Wins. And here's Ann Cates.
Inflation on the wholesale level is starting to ease. The producer price index declined 0.5% in March compared to the month before. The PPI rose 2.7% last month on an annual basis, the smallest gain since early 2021. Core inflation, which weighs on food and energy, inched lower in March. That is the first drop in nearly 3 years. Amazon is pledging to keep investing in big long-term bets despite cost-cutting and a an uncertain economy. CEO Andy Jassy, in a letter to shareholders, says he's certain the e-tailing giant will emerge from these challenging times in a stronger position than before. Amazon has been laying off workers, with the final tally expected to be at least 27.
In 0.1 miles, exit right, like you mean it.
And Kate's for 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
This is Rob Walsh with
Give someone the courtesy and everyone
Executive
makes sure it's
Officer of
fucking
Dime
personal.
Community Bank. I hear the emphasis that Dime Community Bank has on neighborhoods and communities.
A bank only is as successful as the community operates in. Our business is driven by the businesses around us. And so our branch managers are always involved with
The
the
signal
chambers, the
doesn't
road.
mean
Exit
let
right.
me in.
That's right.
It means may I
Dime
come in.
Community Bank, from Montauk to Manhattan, go to dime.com. Member
Some people
FDIC.
forgot.
My doctor told me my blood pressure is borderline. I figured I could worry about it or do something about it. So I took control with Garlic Healthy Blood Pressure Formula. It works safely and naturally to help maintain healthy blood pressure with a custom blend of garlic, vitamins, and minerals. And it's odor-free. I'm taking charge.
In half a mile, keep left. Keep your nose clean.
Or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
Attention, New York residents. This is an important notice to consumers facing $10,000 or more in credit card debt, medical bills, or other unsecured debt. You may not be required to pay it all back, because there are special programs now in effect that will significantly reduce the amount you will owe if you qualify. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. These programs, which the credit card companies like to keep secret, exist to aid American consumers struggling with overwhelming credit card debt by offering tremendous savings and real debt relief. The credit...
In 0.1 miles, keep left. Keep your eye out for clues.
Over $1 billion in debt and are A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. So don't wait. Get the relief you...
Keep left. Keep your eye out for clues.
Hotline now. Call 800-370-8181.
In a quarter of a mile, keep left. Keep your eye out for clues.
A big bank fail.
In 0.1 miles, keep left.
Just wondering what next. Now is the time to pay attention to the technicals and leave emotion out of your trading. I'm David.
Keep left. Keep your nose clean.
That was a nice signal job, Joe.
We have seen similar scenarios. StockCharts.com members know this. By utilizing the most advanced online charts, they're able to view and understand market history and investor sentiment by using technical analysis to manage their risk during volatile market conditions. You can do the same. Go to StockCharts.com for a free 30-day trial, and then access a knowledge bank from the leading global analysts on how to interpret this quickly changing market. StockCharts.com allows you to pick the stocks you want to track, review historical data, spot the trends, then make informed decisions and invest with confidence. Better information, especially in this environment, leads to better investing. Go to StockCharts.com and start your free 30-day trial today.
It's sunny and 86 degrees right now in Manhattan. We're on our way up to 89. Good afternoon. I'm Linda Lopez. Wins Nissan 130.
Good afternoon, I'm Kevin Winslow.
Hasn't been
Just
pulled in yet.
moments ago, he wrapped up his
Right,
speech
hasn't been,
focused on
yes.
joint cooperation between Ireland and the U.S. to advance democracy, peace, security.
In 1 mile, keep left. Keep your eye out for clues.
It was an honor to return to Ireland.
As the old saying goes, your feet will bring you where your heart is.
The President Joe T may not be heading back to the U.S. at the end of the week. The two presidents met at the official residence and workplace of the Irish president, which has a facade that looks similar to the North Portico of the White House, something President Biden noted. Irish architect James Hoban designed the White House, and it said he used this residence in Dublin as a model. Karen Travers, ABC News, traveling with the president in Dublin.
Wins News Time 131.
In a quarter of a mile, keep left. Keep your nose clean.
Bridge inbound outbound upper lower right lane out with repair work and one of the best left behind. North down a west side highway. It's a slow go from the 160s, and that's the best you do 20 to 30 in on either level. Lincoln Tunnel on the outbound ride. We have been saddled with a
Keep left. Keep your eye out for clues.
There's better inbound seconds, all right. Howell just a few extra minutes on the Skyway covered roadway combo either way. Newark Bay the better play, and out of Lower Manhattan so far, so good at the outbound Holland. We'll see how long that lasts. Queens got a Whitestone and Throgswick and Mr. Window there. They're bunched up out of the Bronx with the right lane work. RFK best of it out of the Bronx and back into Queens. Eastbound Bruckner still slow to 138th Street because of a crash. It looks like they got rid of the wreck on the Cross Bronx eastbound. Getting over to White Plains Road, Long Island Expressway eastbound working up to the Clearview Expressway. From Main Street. If you're the jam, call the Barnes Firm traffic tip line at 844-JAM-1010. That's 844-JAM-1010. Traffic sponsored by the Barnes Firm. I'm Greg Rice. 1010 wins on 92.3 FM.
I'm attorney Rich Barnes. If you've been in a car crash, choosing the right firm is crucial to get the help you need and the best result possible. Everyone. 1010 wins AccuWeather. Meteorologist Carrie Schwindenhammer. We knew it was going to be hot, but still hard to believe these numbers.
I'll tell you what, we're making a run for 90. We're officially calling it 89 in the city this afternoon for high. Already up to 86 in Central Park. Of course, with the wind and the sun and, of course, the warmth, the fire risk is elevated, and that's going to be a concern. The nights of sunshine to go around. Temperatures staying in the 70s across Long Island and coastal Connecticut. Mainly cool and quite mild tonight. The low 65, very warm, with some sunshine for around the high 85. Again, that would be a record as well, or at least time-wise. Much cooler air for the weekend. In fact, we'll see a couple of showers around Saturday afternoon and night, and even into Sunday, perhaps in the morning hours. Saturday 68, Sunday's high 65. And now the allergy alert forecast, sponsored by ENT and Allergy Associates. Book your single appointment online today. Today's outlook is high with maple and juniper the predominant pollen's. 86 and sunny in Central Park, humidity 21%, and the wind southwest gusting near 20. 86 headed up to 89 in Midtown. I'm Carrie Schwindenhammer on New York's weather station. 1010 winds on 92.3 FM.
Winds News Time 1:33. A former Nickelodeon star is missing and believed to be in danger. Daytona Beach police are searching for Drake Bell from the show Drake and Josh. Bell was last seen last night near Daytona Beach High School after his show. There were a couple of movies, but since then Bell has mostly worked as a voiceover actor. He also launched a music career. In 2021, he was charged with child endangerment because of his involvement with a 15-year-old girl who attended one of his concerts and was sentenced to 2 years probation. It's News Time 134. Mayor Adams introduced his rat czar to the city this week, and both the mayor and the czar, Kathleen Karate, they were on 1010 Wins this morning. Mayor Adams told us Karate was the right person for the job since she started a petition on her blog to get rid of rats when she was 10.
We know this is a quality of life, a health issue, and that is why there's a combined effort that all of the rat czars can drive. The dominant sanitation is going to move to quick garbage and containers and change the takeout time. Really looking to lean into this more.
But for her part, Karate says the fight against rats will be fought several ways.
Later set out times, midnight collection of waste and the curbside composting that's expanding citywide. And we're going to be dispatching new extermination techniques. The Department of Health right now is doing some studies on the most efficient techniques.
Karate had been working at the Department of Education before being picked the new rat zone. When's News Time 135, the president
able to apply for Medicaid and the Affordable Care Act's health insurance exchanges. In a video statement posted on Twitter, the president says people in the Obama-era Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, DACA, deserve the same health care access as others.
They're American in every way except on paper.
He's repeatedly pushed Congress to provide them a pathway to citizenship, but bipartisan talks have often broken down. And this move is likely to get pushback from conservative leaders of states both reluctant to expand Medicaid and critical of the administration's response to illegal immigrants.
That's correspondent Sagar Magani. Wins News Time 136. Time for 1010 Wins Entertainment News. Pete Davidson is heading back to where it all began.
If Staten Island is so desirable, then why is it free to get there?
Not Staten Island, but he's returning to Saturday Night Live. Page 6 says the former SNL cast member will host the show on May 6th.
He'll be promoting a new series he wrote, produced, and stars in, which is a fictionalized version of his life growing up on Staten Island. Now, Pete Davidson, yes. Captain America, not so much. Chris Evans says the idea of hosting Saturday Night Live terrifies him. Says he's been avoiding it like the plague for years.
It would just be one of those things that every single night I would wake up in a cold sweat.
Evans spoke to E.T. Canada alongside Anna de Armas, his co-host in the upcoming film, Ghosted. De Armas is hosting SNL this weekend with musical guest Carol G. Just months after revealing she was diagnosed with a rare neurological disorder, Celine Dion has released some new music. Love Again, one of 11 songs Dion has written for the film Love Again. The film, the first time Celine will be acting on screen too. It opens May 5th. The entire soundtrack will be released May 12th. Wins News Time, 1:37. Top stories next.
Countryside Killers, say your prayers. Detective Nun's Sister Boniface returns in BritBox's much-loved spin-off of Father Brown. And must say this is all jolly exciting. Stream Season 2 of Sister Boniface Mysteries, exclusively on BritBox.
Come visit your local Honda dealers at the 2023 New York International Auto Show at the Javits Center to see our all-new electrifying Honda lineup. And meet Jets legend Wayne Quebec on April 14th from 6 p.m. to 8. Contact your local Honda dealer today.
Prescription products require online consultation with a healthcare provider will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Go to 4hims.com/joy. At Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation and discreet shipping if prescribed. You'll love your results. To start your free online visit, go to 4hims.com/joy. That's FORHIMS.com/JOY.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, and anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-777-1979. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Providers help thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-777-1970.
In half a mile, exit right. That's right.
9. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-777-1979. 800-777-1979.
If you have certain chronic conditions such as heart disease, asthma, diabetes, and you're 19 years of age or older, 52,
36,
42, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infection from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com. I'm going to ask my doctor
about getting vaccinated
with Prevnar 20.
The News Watch never stops. This is 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good afternoon, 86 degrees with sunshine at 1:40. I'm Kevin Ringo. Here's what's happening. The Justice Department is asking the Supreme Court for help with abortions. The same high court that got rid of Roe v. Wade. A juice barista stabbed on the Upper East Side after he got into an argument with a customer. Cops say she reached over the counter and used his own knife. On Long Island, police there showed up to a house to try and break up a fight. They got thrown right in the middle of it. Federal investigators are apparently closing in on the young man accused of leaking classified military documents on a social media site used by gamers. And an umpire at the Yankees game yesterday against the Guardians taken to the hospital after getting hit in the head with a throw to home. It is sunny and hot, going up to a high of 89 in the city. Winds news time, 1:41, time for traffic and transit on the ones with Greg Rice.
And we are still dealing with some trouble at the outbound side of the Lincoln Tunnel. Pulling up the jam cam now, I see a 20 to 30 minute backup at the outbound Lincoln Tunnel. You can blame this on a stall in the outbound north tube. And right now they are still trying to fish this van out of the left lane of the outbound Lincoln Tunnel. So yeah, that's...
In 0.1 miles, exit right, like you mean it.
The outbound Holland, well, that still behaves as well. 20 to 30 on the inbound George on either level. Getting you out of town, nothing's great, but the West Side Highway, greatest of what you're going to find. Long Island Expressway, still the eastbound workout towards the Clearview in the right lane. Westbound's a mess and fits and starts because of construction from Utopia Parkway back to Morris Avenue. You blame it on a crash on the belt west, getting over to Lefferts Boulevard. The right lane out with an accident. You're slow from Gaillard Brewer Boulevard all the way to and through that stretch. Northbound New Jersey Turnpike construction and the car lanes getting up to the Goethals, northbound truck lanes. It's going to have you moving along a whole lot better. I'm Greg Rice, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Winds news time, 1:42. Access to the most commonly used abortion pill in this country has been left up to judges. One in Texas wanted to ban them outright, and then late last night, a federal appeals court issued its ruling.
The court said the drug, which the FDA approved more than 20 years ago, can still be used, but it cannot be sent to patients through the mail. Gabby Richards with Planned Parenthood says,
judges, courts, and politicians have absolutely no business deciding what medication is available to people and how that medication is available to people. You know, that is a job for the FDA and the FDA alone.
And when it comes to ending delivery by the mail,
healthcare should be more accessible to people, not harder.
And Richards says this just adds to a growing public healthcare crisis.
Exit right, like you mean it.
The Supreme Court take up the issue as it requests an emergency order to put...
In half a mile, keep left. Keep your nose clean.
Happened last night on the Upper East Side, inside the Juice Island on 3rd Avenue near 61st Street. A 39-year-old man working there had an argument with a woman customer. The woman reached over the counter, according to police, picked up the knife, and stabbed the man in the head, neck, back, and hands. He was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. The woman ran off. Police are looking for her. Former President Trump, he's meeting with Attorney General Tish James's office in Manhattan right now. He's been there he's there for another deposition, a legal battle over the business practices of the Trump organization.
It's Trump's second deposition with it.
In 0.1 miles, keep left. Keep your nose clean.
More than 400 times, refusing to answer all but a few procedural questions. This time, his lawyer says Trump's not only willing, but eager to testify, adamant that he has nothing to conceal. Attorney General Letitia James sued Trump last year, saying the ex-president and his family misled banks and businesses. So
keep left.
And asset values. The suit is not related to the government charges Trump faces in Manhattan. Sandra Meghan, Washington.
Well, cops on Long Island, they're trying to sort out what happened at a home in Inwood. Detectives say a 21-year-old man allegedly punched a 19-year-old woman in the face. Then three other women got into a fight with another 19-year-old. That man pepper sprayed them out of an open window. Cops took that man into custody, and another 30-year-old man threatened cops, according to them. When officers took him into custody, they say a 36-year-old woman jumped on the back of one of the officers. 3 men and 1 woman were arrested and facing a slew of charges. Parents on Long Island, they're looking for answers after the first school board meeting was held. It was held last night following a stabbing inside a school just 2 weeks ago.
Some parents shook their heads in disgust as others held signs to say that bullying is a problem at the schools. This was the first school board meeting in Lindenhurst since a 12-year-old stabbed a 13-year-old in the leg on the 2nd floor of the middle school 2 weeks ago.
The fighting has become a daily occurrence both in and out of our schools.
That mother was one of only 3 parents allowed to speak, even though dozens signed up to speak. She says she has been poking for random searches of lockers and backpacks and metal detectors.
The response of the to the prison. I was surprised to
is packed. The superintendent says they are working with the sheriff to review the campuses and also working to address the bullying issues. Sophia Hall, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM in Suffolk County, Long Island.
There are signs inflation could be easing. Wholesale prices fell last month. Wholesale prices would go up 2.7% in March, but that was the smallest 12-month increase since January of 2021. The number also down from the 4.7% jump in prices in February. Also, adding to that, more out-of-work Americans filed for unemployment benefits last week. There are 239,000 weekend in April 8th. It's an increase of 11,000 from the week before, and the most since January 15th of 2022, and 259,000 applications were filed. Its correspondent Jim Ryan that even though the unemployment numbers are higher, they're still relatively low despite efforts by the Federal Reserve to cool off the economy to try to tame inflation. We'd like to see those numbers higher. Officials have narrowed down.
In 1 mile, keep left. Keep your nose clean.
One-year-old member of the Massachusetts Air National Guard in connection with the disclosure of the classified military documents. These documents were prepared by this suspect who specializes in intelligence.
That's correspondent Kate McCormick. Another methods have identified that person as a 21-year-old member of the Massachusetts Air National Guard. The report says John Teixeira allegedly over
A quarter of a mile. Keep left. Keep your eye out for troops.
guns, video games, and
fucking rocket racist windshield.
Member of the opposition to President Putin, Alexei Navalny.
Keep left. Keep your eye out for clues.
Oh, yep. Yep, there it is. There's the fucking ship.
An ambulance was called for Friday night after a stomach issue. The spokeswoman for Navalny says 2 weeks ago, doctors at the penal colony started injecting him with the substance they were able to identify, and they fear that he is being slowly poisoned to death. Back here stateside, namely Florida, there are warnings that are being put out for immigrants and LGBTQ groups who decide to travel to Florida.
Travelers advisories are due to what the groups call restrictive and discriminatory laws here. Florida Immigrant Coalition warns of harassment, possible detainment, and potential family separation based on racial profiling. Equality Florida cites laws affecting health care and freedom of speech that they consider hostile to the LGBTQ community. The NAACP previously advised blacks not to travel to New York.
That's correspondent Peter King. Wins News Time, 149. A new study says working a 4-day work week can give you the health benefits of a mini vacation. Researchers in Australia have found that people are more active and live a healthier lifestyle when they're on vacation, even if it is a 3-day weekend. The researchers found people sleep more, they sit down less, and they participate in more physical activities. The study took 13 months and had over 400 adults participating. A baseball umpire had to be hospitalized and is still there today. He was hit in the head with the ball thrown at yesterday's Yankees game. It was a throw from Cleveland's all-star Andres Jimenez in the 5th inning that hit the 67-year-old umpire.
Compare scores, LKF would go to third. On the third, it's the umpire Larry there.
That is scary right there. Hopefully Larry's all right.
Looks like they got him on the left side of the base.
The call courtesy of the Yes Network. The impact died of the ground. He was taken to the Cleveland Clinic with a concussion. He was kept overnight for observation. The Yankees, meanwhile, they are traveling to Minnesota today. Wins News Time, 151. We check traffic and transit on the ones. With Greg Rice.
We check the outbound Lincoln Tunnel, and no, not yet. Not much better in terms of traffic. Now the situation is better. The earlier breakdown in the outbound North 2 points all gone, but the damage left behind, yeah, that's going to run you 30 minutes off of the 11 to run to 9th Avenue. Then you run right back to Jersey. Inbound Lincoln unaffected and fine. Citybound George, it's an extra 20 on either level with the right lane work, but the last good line out of town dried up. They threw out some construction, it looks like, on the ramp from the northbound west side highway over to the outbound George, and all of a sudden that is just one big mess on the west side. All of a sudden from the 120s, there was no happy way home. We've got right foot flag, hopeful. But the only pay when it is the smooth sail out of the Bronx to along the ridge, we're looking at too dry. The Queens got a right foot around Bronx, and all of the all that ocean getting out of the Bronx. The Long Island Expressway westbound awful. Reportedly a crash near Queens Boulevard. We're loaded from Utopia. The eastbound LA slows getting out towards the Clearview because of right lane construction. FM.
65 Americans a day die by gun suicide. Storing your gun securely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammunition. Help stop suicide. Learn more at infamefire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
10-10 winds, active weather. The forecast, meteorologist Carrie Schwindenhammer with the near boiling temperatures out there.
I'll tell you what, lots of sunshine to go around, and of course with a big breeze and the warmth in place, we're going to be seeing a high fire threat here in some of those wooded areas, especially outside the city, of course, as we head through the afternoon. Lots of sunshine, a high 89, and that would break the record of 88. Meanwhile, we're looking at temperatures staying in the 70s on Long Island and coastal Connecticut. It'll be a mild night tonight, mainly feel low 65, and sunshine with a few clouds. Very warm again tomorrow, with a high near the record of 85. Much cooler as we head through the weekend. In fact, lots of clouds on Saturday and Sunday. A couple of showers on Saturday afternoon and Saturday night.
Danny said, copy, copy. Would you like to reply?
No.
Okay.
6 goes to 89 in Midtown. And AccuWeather's Carrie Schwindenhammer on New York's weather station. 10-10 winds on 92.3 FM.
Carrie, one of the most critically acclaimed comedies of the last 5 years, debuts its final season tomorrow.
One last season premiere party for Mrs. Maisel. Marvelous Mrs. Maisel cast gathered to celebrate the 50th final season. Starring to Brosnan says it's been special to hear from women who were inspired by their character. Unforgettable housewives from stand-up comedy in 1950s New York.
Empowering young women who let their husbands go there, quit their jobs, who tried something new. A lot of young women trying stand-up comedy for the first time, which is so awesome and long overdue.
The final season of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel debuts Friday on Amazon Prime Video. Jason Anderson, ABC.
Wednesdays till 1:54. Check Bloomberg Money Watch next.
Kenneth Malhotra has it all. Great job, loving life. But he almost didn't. When he was 28 years old, just months before his wedding, he suddenly couldn't speak or swallow. Luckily, he was taken to New York Presbyterian. Tests found a torn artery. He had a stroke. They immediately gave him TPA, a medication to dissolve the blood clot. Their fast response was the difference between wanting to lose everything and having it all. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Founder of Innovation Refunds. You've heard me talking about the payroll tax refund for months. If you own a business, even if you've asked your CPA about this, you owe it to yourself to take another look. Hire a licensed and insured tax attorney who evaluates your company at my expense to determine eligibility. Businesses of all types can qualify, so go to getrefunds.com to potentially get a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. Download the Innovation Refunds app or go to getrefunds.com. Getrefunds.com.
OmegaTaxCredits.com. I thought I couldn't get the ERC if I got the PPP loan.
Nope. If you're a business owner with 5 to 500 employees, you might be eligible.
I thought it was really difficult to apply for the ERC.
Not if you use Omega. See, Omega is an accounting firm that has been around for over 15 years. They are a true accounting firm that will have a fiduciary relationship with you and your business, and they don't get paid until you get paid.
I'm sure it takes forever to find out if you're eligible.
Again, nope. If you call 800-704-2000, you can find out if you can qualify in 10 minutes.
I make a call that takes less than 10 minutes, and I can find out if my company is pre-qualified to receive a tax credit of up to $26,000 per employee.
During the qualifying time frame, yes.
Enter
Checking out MegaTaxCredits.com right now.
1 mile. Exit right.
So signs that inflation is starting to ease. The producer price index fell 0.5% in March from the month before. And on an annual basis, prices on the wholesale level were up 2.7%, the smallest gain in more than 2 years. For the first time in 3 weeks, there's an increase in applications for unemployment benefits. First-time jobless claims rose from 11,000 last week to 239,000. Government Money Watch at 26 and 56 past every hour. I'm Ann Cates for 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
3/4 mile. Exit right.
Now up. It's news time at 57.
Now this message. We're here with Michael Barish and Barish and McGarry, lawyers for the 9/11 community. So 21 years after 9/11.
Exit right.
Exposed to the deadly toxins, still don't know they're entitled to free lifetime health care and compensation. Why do you think they haven't enrolled?
2 reasons. First, many non-responders tell me that they didn't realize that no matter their family history, nearly every cancer has been linked to the exposure to the World Trade Center toxins. Second, many of them feel guilty and they don't want to take from others who have died. Thankfully, you won't be taking money from anyone since the Victim Fund and the health program have been fully funded by Congress. Susan, millions of dollars remain unclaimed. It's so important that you register. 68 cancers have been linked to the toxins. Remember, 9/11 didn't end on 9/11.
Contact Barish and McGarry today at 911awards.com. That's 911awards with an S.
1 mile. Exit right. That's right.
200.2.
Still waiting for your employee retention tax credit. This 2 credit knows the government may be slow, but small business can't be. Our ERTC loan offers cash now for your tax credit, with funding in as little as 92 hours. ERTC loans keep your business going with interest-only payments for up to 12 months. For more info, call 800-381-0187. That's 800-381-0187. And go to biz2credit.com/ERTC loan for full terms and conditions.
Hurry and shop the final days of Springfest at Lowe's and get the best values of the season before they're gone. Save big across the store for projects inside and out. Get started on your spring garden with 1-pint annuals, 4 for $5. Save on indoor updates too, with up to 40% off.
3/4 mile. Exit right.
Lowe's knows home improvement. Found it. Application while supplies last.
Have you Googled yourself lately? Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or...
Exit right. That's right.
Information about your...
1 mile. Exit right. Like you mean it.
A lie. That's where Reputation Defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. They also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start by getting your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 800-933-1022 to speak to an expert. That's 800-933-1022.
WINS, WINS-FM and HD1 New York. On the free Odyssey app.
3/4 mile. Exit right. Like you mean it.
Fuck Biden.
More people get their news from 1010 Wins than from any other radio station in the nation. Barry Saunders, our service aide, Bill Pilato, our writer, Walter Gleiser, senior writer, Justin Schrager at the editor's desk, and I'm Kevin Rincone.
Exit right.
All the time. This
In 0.1 miles.
Asshole.
Turn right.
Good afternoon. It is 86
No signal
degrees
again, huh?
and sunny at 2 o'clock. I'm Suzanne.
Turn right.
Gang takedown today on Long Island. Juliet Papa has the late-breaking details. Bullets fly in the Soundview section of the Bronx. 4 people are hit. The search is on for the gunman. Parents
Parents enraged in Lindenhurst demanding answers 2 weeks after one middle school student stabbed another. Their highest level in more than a year. Nickelodeon star Drake Bell, missing and considered in danger in Florida, has now been found safe. The Dow is up 307 points, and weather very warm and sunny today. We could break a record. The high in the city expected to be 89 degrees. Winds news time now, 2:01, time for traffic and transit, and we say good afternoon to Craig Rice.
Good afternoon, Suzanne. Dad, start on the FDR. Southbound side, you got a lot going on. Let's run it down. Southbound FDR is extremely crowded from the RFK Bridge all the way down towards East 73rd Street, just exiting traffic towards the hospitals. But then, southbound FDR coming down towards East 38th Street, you got the right lane out with an accident. This will load you up past the UN already. The southbound FDR further downtown. The downtown bound west side, yeah, best way out of town. Northbound west side, added to the list with everything else to the outbound George. There is no easy path out of town at the George. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. You got right lane work either level, either way. And now you got work on the ramp from the west side to the outbound George. So yeah, west side loads up from the 150s. Everything else was already bad. This just joined the party a little late. Lincoln Tunnel's about 10 minutes in. Outbound side of the Lincoln Tunnel, we are down to about 10 to 15 minutes. Holland and Ely are still being cleared to the North Tube. Holland Tunnel, no more than a few minutes out of the city. Inbound Skyways, an extra few. New York Bay,
considering my
that's the better
commute's
play.
almost
Traffic is
over,
sponsored by
I'm gonna just go ahead and award you
let you order
asshole
official
of
state
the day.
lottery games on your phone instead of waiting online. Mega Millions is now over $476 million. Use code radio for a free ticket. 18 or older. Gambling problem in New York? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER. See jackpocket.com/TOS for terms. I'm Greg Rice, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Greg, thank you. Well, no need to go to Florida. We have steamy, hot, summer-like weather right here in the city. We might even break a record today. AccuWeather's Carrie Schweidenhammer is here to tell us how hot we'll get, Carrie.
I'll tell you what, I'll call it a record broken now. We're at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It is now 89 in Central Park, as we've been reporting the record today, 88 from 1977. And right now, I see no reason why I can't get to at least 90 or 91 degrees this afternoon. Already up to 90 in Newark. Even some of the coastal areas are on the warm side right now, but obviously it'll be in the 70s and lower 80s on Long Island and much of coastal Connecticut. Nevertheless, another warm day on tap for tomorrow as well. Could tie a record or even potentially break one. And then, of course, cooler air arrives for the weekend. Back to you.
All right, Carrie, thank you for that. A major crackdown on dangerous gangs today on Long Island. Juliet Papa with the details from the courthouse in Central Islip.
They branded themselves as the Insane Crips Gang, terrorizing neighborhoods
that's so
to
fucking
dominate other
cute.
gangs. First Assistant U.S. Attorney Carolyn
lock
Piconi
'em the
says
fuck
they
up.
celebrated murder.
Boasting of their violent crimes and proudly brandishing their guns.
Those videos found on social media, but Nassau County DA Ab Donnelly says the word became a weapon.
We're also fortunate enough to be able to then investigate that social media and have that as part of our investigation.
The accused gang members are charged with 3 murders, 20 attempted murders. 14 of 26 guns recovered are linked to multiple shootings. Julia Papa,
If you're gonna do crime, might not be a good idea to post evidence on social
NYPD
media.
has charged a homeless man with groping 3 women in Queens. Cops say there could be more victims out there. 24-year-old Zong Buzu was picked up Monday, hit with sex abuse, forcible touching, assault, and harassment charges. He's being held without bail and undergoing a psychiatric evaluation. Police said all 3 incidents happened in Flushing, starting at 5 p.m. last Saturday when he followed an 18-year-old into an elevator in her building, grabbed her buttocks and breasts. 2 similar incidents happened Monday, with
directly
another
ahead
victim
of the
attacked
K&K
just after
Marble
leaving a
Band is our
McDonald's.
friend.
And
The
a passport
asshole of the
has
day.
partially blocked a ruling
Let's give him a
from
round of
Texas
applause,
judge
ladies and
that
gentlemen.
would have restricted access to the widely used abortion pill, mifepristone. The Biden administration quick to react, with Attorney General Merrick Garland pushing for
full rights to be restored and asking the Supreme Court to intervene.
The White House says it wants to reassure Americans it's committed to women across the country and will continue to fight to keep their access to safe abortions. This after a federal U.S. appeals court late Wednesday partially blocked an unprecedented ruling by a single federal judge in Texas last week that reverses the FDA's approval of a widely used abortion drug. Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre spoke to reporters in Dublin Thursday morning.
We are going to continue to fight in the courts. We believe that the law is on our side and we will prevail.
Karen Travers, ABC News, traveling with the president in Dublin.
Being outrage from parents at a school board meeting in Lindenhurst on Long Island. The first one since a 12-year-old student stabbed in a 13-year-old in a hallway.
Frustrated parents packed the school board meeting in Lindenhurst, and although dozens signed up to speak, only 3 parents were allowed, including this mother.
Over the last few years, Lindenhurst Middle School has declined in providing a safe learning environment for our students.
Parents shook their heads at what they call the board ignoring the bullying problems that they say played a role in the stabbing 2 weeks ago at Lindenhurst Middle School.
Years ago, I brought up random searches, possible metal detectors or wands. The response I received was, parents don't want the school to look like a prison. Well, I guess a crime scene is better.
The superintendent says they are working with the sheriff to review their campuses and also working to address the bullying issue.
Get shanked.
In half a mile, keep left. Keep your nose clean.
Coverage for certain migrants.
The plan would expand coverage under the Affordable Care Act's health insurance exchanges to hundreds of thousands of immigrants brought to the U.S. illegally.
Quarter of a mile. Keep left. Keep your nose clean.
It's estimated 580,000 people were still enrolled in DACA at the end of last year.
And that was correspondent Linda Kenyon. More out-of-work Americans applied for.
That's the chip. That's the chip that happened from the rock that hit my windshield on the highway today. It's a good thing I'm getting this windshield replaced soon, right?